Hey guys, I decided to do an extra video for you this week because I'm a little worried that the assignment I'm going to give you, if I actually write out the directions, I don't think you're going to get it very well. So let me just briefly explain what I want you to do. We went over the commas last week. We looked at the comma formula sheet. We did some examples of those comma rules. Now it's time to put them to use. What I would really like for you to do this week is we're going to get a nice step into the paper. This is what I have my actual face-to-face classes doing as well. You're going to write me a body paragraph. Now, what do I mean by a body paragraph? That means that it's a paragraph that goes right smack dab in the middle of your paper. You're going to choose one detail. You're going to choose that detail, and you're going to do the best you can to write me a paragraph that just talks about that detail. This is a little difficult, but this is part of the reason that I wanted you to do the research first. You should actually have some sources to go to and some data to talk about. You should be able to actually choose something from your bibliography if you would like to make this about research. Now, let me give you some points of advice. If you quote, and remember, quoting is if you take things verbatim from an article, if you use the exact words that they use. If you quote, of course you need to put quotation marks around it. It needs to be exact, right? You can also paraphrase. Now, if you paraphrase, you're just putting it on your own words, right? You're kind of just sort of covering the data, but you still need to tell me where it came from. You want to use words like according to the New York Times, or according to the author David Bailey. You want to be actually telling me in the text where you're getting this information from, right? So, what I've been telling my classes is this. When you use a quote, when you use a piece of data, you want to put that in the middle of the paragraph. Right smack dab in the middle. Not at the beginning, not at the end. Because we're actually going to do something to build on this next week. Now, so this is pretty much all I'm asking you to do this week. Write me a detailed paragraph. Give me at least 10 sentences. I want these paragraphs to be nice and full. But I'm also going to make it a little bit more difficult on you. These detailed paragraphs need 2 extra things. See that? You need to have an example of every single one of those comma rules that we talked about last week. I also don't want to see more than 2 examples of the passive verbs. See, we're working on this paper now, and we need to start using all the stuff that we've learned. We need to start generating paragraphs. We need to start getting ideas out there. So, that's the assignment for this week. Write me a paragraph. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to look at it. I also am going to go ahead and tell you guys, I'm putting this assignment in a discussion forum because we're getting to the point now where we can start doing some real peer reviews. We can start getting into each other's paragraphs, and we can start actually giving each other some advice, especially now that you have the comma sheets, now that you're getting a little bit more comfortable with this stuff. So, that's the assignment. I'm going to go ahead and post this. And if you guys have any questions, you know where to find me. I'll also write up some express instructions as well. But I don't know, this stuff's kind of complicated, so I figured let's just do a new video and go from there. Thanks, guys. Contact me if you need anything.